Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Oh, that's always the most wonderful topic of conversation, is it not? Hey, Sagittarius. Oh, of course, music down. Okay. How are you guys doing on this wonderful... Oh, wait, I gotta get my angel answer. Why do I keep calling these angel answer cards? Like, that drives me insane. Romance angel. How are you guys doing? Welcome to your end of March love reading. Journal. Hope you guys are doing fine. I'm fine. And I'm proud of you guys, like, for real. Like, I went to go check the little list of the high views, and I was like, all right, Sagittarius. I know y'all rock with me like that. Okay. So let's see what the overall energy for you... Ow, wow. I have a cut on my finger. That is so not what's hot in the streets right now. Okay, anyway, so you guys, overall romance energy, I'm into this whole thing. You know how usually I show you guys the card first, but for some reason, I like looking at it first for some reason. But anywho, the romance angel card you guys have is healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Oh, that's always the most wonderful topic of conversation, is it not? Of course it is. Okay, so your present energy, you guys have the 9 of Cups, known as the, Dreams coming true card and whatnot. And you guys, past influence, ooh, you have the 3 of Cups. And then your future outcome or advice, you have the 4 of Wands. Okay, so already I can see where this is going. Okay. Well, I'm looking at your angel answer card like it is the overall energy, indeed. But I feel like it's giving you a hint of what you need to do to make the magnanimousness of your life even better right now. Wow, it's very interesting. Okay, so a little bit of narrative before I lecture you on personal growth and whatnot is with the 3 of Cups, I see that you guys, oh my gosh, I really got to get this whole volume thing with this music going. This is like a never-ending struggle. But what I see in the past influence with the 3 of Cups card is I'm seeing it in the literal sense of, whoa, okay, never mind. Never fails. So, yeah, all right. 2 storylines. Let me go with the first one. So the first one is, I was about to say that I'm not going to go with the usual, interpretation that we go with the whole, thing with the 3 of Cups. But the thing that I see with you guys is it in the literal sense of like it being like a celebration or whatever. And celebratory in the sense that, you connected with somebody. No. Maybe that's storyline number 3. I just heard met at a party. Come on, music. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I even attempt to listen to music. Y'all be throwing me off. Met at a party. Storyline number 3. Okay, first storyline is the 3 of Cups in the context of a celebratory energy. Like feeling like that. Happy, upbeat, joyful type of emotion, right? That leads you into a position where presently you're in a place to where you're with someone or you've met someone to where, you're feeling like really good. Like you're proud of yourself. You've accomplished something within the recent past. And now that you have someone that's come into your life that you feel in alignment with, like, and I don't know if you're familiar with the original depiction of this card in the Rider-Waite, but it's like this guy and there's 9 cups behind him and he's like sitting like this, which reminds me of my my intro to, was it my intro to psych class when I was an undergrad? It was either no, it was physiological psych, and we were talking about facial expressions and they were scientists, long story short, were debating on if pride was actually an emotion, like a primitive emotion, right? And the reason why they assumed that it must be, even though it's not really an emotion, or I don't know, the jury's still out on it, but was because of the facial expression. Like every person from every culture, whenever you see a person with their arms folded and their chin kind of up, it's like, you know, they're like, that person's prideful, you know? So I think that's interesting with the Nine of Cups and the tarot being as old as it is. Little side note, you just learned something today. I aim to educate people. That's what I do. Anyway, but it's almost like a sense of fulfillment and accomplishment that you feel. Because, you know, you did your third fizzle, right? So, moving forward with the Four of Wands, that means like a happy home life. So you're moving into a place with this person to where, you know, you guys are going to build a nice little foundation of love, happiness, and horses and carriages and babies and all that good stuff. But what I see for you guys in this first scenario, this is so interesting, is healing your family issues. This is something that I talk about a lot, and I don't know. I feel like we need to have like an intervention or something for everybody, because there's certain themes that I see consistently come or have been coming up since I started this channel and everyone's readings. Healing family issues is one of those things, because I guess quickest, easy way for me to put that is there's a lens that we look through based on, okay, let's try it like this. This is the way that I describe it. It's like our definition of love, right? Romantic love, so to speak. That definition comes from our parents. So pretty much how we watched our parents interact with each other, or the lack thereof, you know, just the dynamics in our household, that gives us almost like a subconscious imprint. Hashtag Twilight. If you're familiar with that movie, you know, you'll understand what I mean. But it gives you almost like an imprint to the way that Jacob was drawn to Bella, right? That's like how we're drawn to our type, so to speak, for better or for worse. Usually for worse. But it's like, if you think about that whole, you know, consistent, like, I feel like I'm dating the same guy, or I keep meeting the same chick, and da-da-da-da-da. It's like there's elements of the, I don't want to say archetype, but there's elements of the symbolism that you have with one or both of your parents that you're replicating. You know what I mean? So hypothetically, say if there was a little girl who had a dad and, I don't know, he was hard to please or something like that. Like, I don't know, straight A student or something, and if you got a B, it was like, I couldn't have lived that life, y'all, because my grades when I was in school, like younger school, oh man. But that's another story for another day. Shout out to my parents for putting up with me. I'm awesome now. Anyway, it's like if you have that standard set, so in order for, and say her dad never gave her love. Now this is getting back to like behaviorism and conditioning and stuff, right? So if she got straight A's, then her dad would give her jewelry or something, I don't know. And if she wouldn't do well, then she wouldn't get anything, and then he would totally ignore her. So the thing that's been conditioned in her is saying, okay, well, in order for me to receive love from a person, I need to, you know, meet those standards that they set for me. Now, mind you, crazy thing about this is we're not thinking this consciously. It's not a conscious thought. It's an imprint. So it's just kind of like one of those things that's running in the program that we don't realize, right? So when she grows up, she finds herself in situations with guys where she's always trying to prove her worth to them in order to earn their love, which is not healthy. But we're at 10 minutes, and I'm trying to keep y'all short. So anywho, that kind of gives you the dynamic of what I mean about healing family issues. Because with this person that you guys are connecting with right now, super dope, super good from what it's looking like. And in order to ensure that you guys get this joy and stability that I'm sure you've worked so hard for, that's something that you most certainly want to address. Now, third scenario. Third scenario is someone who's in a third party situation. That person made a choice and they chose you. Congratulations. So, I guess that's good, you know? Yeah. They chose you or you chose them. Because you were trying to decide between, you know, two chicks or two dudes. But the one that you're with, you realize, like, oh, they're everything to me. Friggin' everything to me. Dagnabbit. Well, Sagittarius. Now, you know that's wrong. I'm so much in a rush to get y'all up out of here and whatnot. I forgot to pull cards for the other person. What am I thinking, Sagittarius? All right, give me a second. Goon gang, you know the deal. Oh yeah. I'm so sorry, y'all. My bad. Straight up, for real, for real. I was like, that went so quick. I did so well. Of course you did. Of course you did, princess. Of course you did. All right. Boop, boop, boop. That's interesting. Never done it like that before. But okay. What's going on with this person? Weird. Okay. Y'all know how I do with my random noises and such. Okay. I feel all awkward, like I told y'all bye and everything, and I'm all back. Like I never left, because technically I didn't, because you're still watching the same video. Anyway, let's see. Sagittarius, the person that you're connecting with, their romance angel card is... Oh. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Wow. Y'all, I feel like I need to write this down because I feel like Spirit is really on to something with this elemental stuff that keeps getting pointed out to me. Sorry that I'm writing things down. Yo, I just need y'all to understand the past couple of days, I have been delving very deep into addiction, right? Because I'm a trauma person, but I've been realizing in so many ways how trauma and addiction are so synonymous with each other in a lot of ways, therapeutically speaking. But one of the things I'm delving into is people, addictions to people. And the fact that this is popping up, how your family dynamics play into all of that, we're going to do something with that one day. Yeah, we're still going to do that. So anywho, side note, but yes. So the overall energy for this person is addictions are affecting your romantic life, codependency. Codependency, like, okay, if you think about, we won't go all the way to the left, like serious drugs or anything, but cigarettes, caffeine, right? Or we'll go with coffee, since that's very lighthearted and, you know, memeable and whatnot. But if you think about a person, it's just like, oh, you know, like, don't talk to me before I have my cup of coffee, you know? It's like, my day is just not my day without my cup of coffee. You know what I mean? That's a dependence. So that means that you can't be yourself or your, you know, stable, normal self without said item, right? Or thing or what have you. And it's so the same with people. It's either in the sense that the person that you're connecting with, either they are codependent on a substance, they're codependent on a person, or they're codependent on you if you guys already know each other. So it's almost utilizing a person as a crutch is the quickest and easiest way to say such a thing. Yeah, so that's the overall energy, which, I mean, isn't necessarily bad. Doesn't mean that they're a horrible person. It's just, it's something that we all have to work through. BTW, if you didn't know, all of us are screwed up. So if you're out there thinking that just you are screwed up, you're not. Like, all of us, we all got stuff going on, okay? We all have things that we're working out throughout the course of our life. That's what this whole evolutionary life path is about, is it not? Ding. I feel like that should be another PSA. But anyway, so you are dealing with healing your family issues, and they're dealing with codependency. So heal together in union. Their present energy is, ooh, hold on, y'all. Moving on. It's the Eight of Cups. Their past influence. Oh, wait, okay. Spirit is the bomb, y'all. I need y'all to understand that. Because I was like, moving on. So I can't say just yet because I haven't turned over the other 2 cards, but if there aren't more than one storyline, I was like, moving on, and then it was like from codependency, and I was like, oh, okay. So that made me feel better. But the past influence we have is the, ooh, this is interesting. 7 of Cups. Oh, okay. A little easy little progression. Okay, all right. And the outcome card or the advice card for them is, ooh, interesting. The 8 of Swords. Feeling helpless and, well, I'm not going to say feeling. Having the perception of helplessness and hopelessness is how I define this card. And I see 2 8s. Interesting. So what I sense from this person is they're healing. So it's not them moving on from you. So take a breath. It's them moving on from an old way of being, which I think in accordance with you guys is pretty freaking dope. I love to see when cards show up that a person is doing inner work. So this is kind of the mind that they used to be in. You know, with the 7 of Cups, it's like you have option after option after option after option, okay? And it's like you're in your head, you're not being realistic. It's just like all of this just stuff, right? That's kind of distracting you from actually taking action on something. But and I think in a sense it's almost like that kind of made them feel safe. It was almost like if they felt like if they never committed to anything, you know, or never really, like, I guess dug their heels in, put roots down per se, that made them feel safe, like a false sense of control, so to speak. But now, or though, yeah, that's okay. That was clear. I'm just gonna say it how Princess would say it. Or he was a man whore. You know? And the lots of options that he had were lots of chicks. Or a chick with lots of dudes. You know? Or a dude with lots of dudes, or a chick with lots of chicks. You know? But you know, they was, what is the my dad says it. They were a whoremonger. I love that word. It's so, like, so robust, you know? Anywho. But anyway, they were a person that was, you know, spreading their love around and whatnot, or whatever, in their past. And they're moving away from that. So now this is so dope. So that's why I heard that. Moving on from codependency is because that's how they found their validation. This person was super duper insecure, and they found their validation in having people that wanted them. So they were codependent on the attention and affections of multiple people, maybe 7 people. I don't know. But, you know, y'all should probably take care of, you know, making sure everyone is safe before, you know, any of that. Just saying, throwing it out there. With us having 2 8s, right? It's a power number, spiritual power number. That symbolizes to me whenever, you know, you got back-to-back 8s in a reading, you know, that's indicative to me that this is very much influenced by God. So this is like divine intervention on this person's behalf. And they're closing a chapter in their life. It's time for them to, you know, go into a place of balance, more confidence and security, and to be able to, you know, stand their own and whatnot. And we're still going to be at 20 minutes. Like, I really try, y'all. Anywho, so the future advice with the Eight of Swords, okay, is to not, well, how do I want to say this? Okay. Now this is different. Okay, to some Sagittarius people out there, this ain't everybody. Wow, this is weird. I have never ever done it this way before. Okay, so this is specific for you guys. So this is like the outcome advice card, like the position that it's in. So I'm usually saying that like where this person is going, but this card, because it's underneath what was for you in your read the Four of Wands, this is telling me, not for everyone, but just one particular group, that this person, even though they're having the opportunity to move into a better place, right, with you, okay, well, within themselves, and I feel that's being, you know, reflected within your relationship, right? There is the potential that once you guys are together, like say if you get, you know, like in a committed relationship, like a monogamous relationship, like since, you know, they're leaving their polyamory behind and whatnot, like if you guys, once you guys get committed, there is the potential that they could feel trapped, you know, like they could feel trapped, like, oh my gosh, like this is freaking me out, and you know, that type of thing. But that's a challenge that they are going to have to overcome. I can't say one way or the other how that would go. Not to say that it wouldn't work out, but it's almost like, okay, let me put it in less creepy sounding terms, because you're like, oh my gosh, happy, but then they're gonna want to leave. No, it's not that. Whenever, I guess it's similar to the is not is paradigm. It's more or less like whenever we make a decision to be, or to change, to be different, or to, you know, just go in another direction, in order, like how it works energetically is, in order for the is to manifest, there first has to be an is not. So meaning, like, in order for what I want to come into my space, like the polar opposite of that has to exist first. And that's kind of like the theme of like how, you know, when you feel like you're being spiritually tested, how that works. Because you're like, you know, I'm going to stop cussing, you know. Lord, give me the strength to stop cussing, Lord, right? And then you were doing good like the whole week, and then just this one little, you know, bring it out you, and you just, hold my mule, right? And if you're able to like stand your ground and stay true to the intention that you set by holding back and not falling back into your old behavior, that's almost like to see if you're really about that life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the universe's way of saying like, oh, so you want change? Let's see, let me go ahead and put you in a situation that is your biggest fear, or that will provoke it out of you, and we'll see how you fare, type of thing. But with you overcoming it, which I feel like they will, because once again, we go back to the original depiction of the Eight of Swords. She seems as if she's trapped, but she's really not. Like, at any moment, she could just, you know, pull off the blindfold and just walk away at any moment. So it's a false perception of being trapped. It's an illusion, you know? So I just think this person is just kind of working stuff out, because these are two cards that are very much about illusion. So it is emotional illusion and then intellectual illusion, or perceptive illusions, you know, cognitive illusions. I don't know. I'm just thinking of every word that means or is related to the brain. But the thing that I'm seeing is where this is a positive thing is because they go from 7 to 8 to 8. So it just lets me know they're kind of transferring elements in a sense of healing, if that makes sense. So they're going from the, suit of cups, which is emotion, to the suit of swords, which is, intellect, thought, decision making, and whatnot. So, they're just going through the gradual progression, but they're not regressing nonetheless. So, yeah, there you go. Now I'm really done for real in real life. I love your face again, and deuces again. It's like 4. I don't know. See you later, guys. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Either way this pans out, you're on solid ground and you're straight, so you ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the 4 of Wands. Deuces again. 6. Oh.